The HOA believed they could intimidate a single farmer into yielding, unaware that he was the FAA director, poised to dismantle their plans. The rumble of bulldozers wasn't meant to disturb the fields of Durham County, North Carolina, that morning, yet there they were, engines roaring, steel blades tearing into the soil as if it held no history. The construction crew, clad in bright vests and sturdy boots, followed orders for a project they scarcely grasped, just another paycheck to them. But to Cornell Braxton, standing at the edge of his soybean field, it was as if a dagger had been plunged into his family's legacy. Cornell didn't shout immediately, he didn't need to. His presence commanded attention, even in silence. At 6 feet, with a frame hardened by years of labor, he stood in faded jeans and a worn shirt, clutching his cap as if it anchored his composure. Behind him stood his father's weathered barn, a testament to endurance. This land wasn't mere dirt, it bore the weight of 3 generations, each acre a tale of toil, pride, and perseverance. A foreman noticed him and called out, "Morning, sir. Just a heads up, we're clearing a strip through here. Got the go-ahead?" Cornell's gaze sharpened, his voice calm but cutting. "This isn't HOA land. It's my farm. You're trespassing." The foreman faltered, glancing at the machines grinding forward. "I don't set the rules. Talk to the board. We've got permits." "Permits mean nothing if they're based on stolen land," Cornell replied, his words rising above the machinery's din. By then, his sister Rosalind, who lived in a modest house by the southern fence, rushed over, flour on her apron, hands sticky from kneading dough. "Cornell, what's going on?" she demanded. "They think they can carve a runway through Braxton land," he said. Evenly. Rosalind's jaw clenched as she glared at the machines tearing the earth. "They've lost their minds." The foreman shifted, lowering his voice as if to reason. "Look, sir, I've got orders. Take it up with the HOA president, Geraldine Klein. She approved this." Cornell inhaled deeply, staying calm. He didn't yell or storm off. Instead, he walked to the bulldozer operator and raised a hand. The operator, confused, met Cornell's unwavering stare, and the engine fell silent. Quiet swept the field like a curtain falling on chaos. "Not one more inch," Cornell said. The crew froze, waiting for someone else to decide the next move. They were used to angry homeowners waving documents, not a man like Cornell Braxton. Neighbors began gathering at the property line, curiosity pulling them from their routines. Some whispered about the HOA's promises of a private airstrip boosting property values and attracting elite residents. Others shifted uneasily, realizing whose land was being torn apart. Rosalind tugged Cornell's sleeve. "You need to take this to the county, Cornell. Don't let them spin this against you." "I'll handle it," he replied, his eyes fierce with resolve. What the crew, neighbors, and even Rosalind didn't know was Cornell's other life. Farming was his anchor, but during the week, he wasn't just tending crops. He was in Washington, D.C., in a federal office, making decisions that shaped the nation's skies. Cornell Braxton was the FAA director, and this HOA was carving up his land for a runway that needed his approval to exist. Tension thickened as Geraldine Klein's black SUV pulled up at the field's edge. She stepped out, heels sinking into the dirt, her sunglasses glinting in the sun, her perfume clashing with the earthy scent of churned soil. "Mr. Braxton," she called, striding forward as if she owned the ground beneath her. "This project will boost everyone's property values. It's progress." Cornell didn't budge. "You mean theft? This land isn't yours, it's mine." Geraldine's smile was practiced, confident. "Our records say otherwise." The board approved it unanimously. "Resistance will only complicate things for you." Rosalind gasped softly. "Complicate things for him? Geraldine, you're destroying family land." Geraldine ignored her, eyes locked on Cornell. He studied her for a moment before responding. "You've built your battle on the wrong runway." The silence that followed was heavier than any machine's roar. For the first time, Geraldine's smile wavered. She couldn't know the men before her held the power to ground her project before it ever took flight. But this wasn't just about land anymore, it was about pride, power, and an inevitable clash no one in Maplewood Lakes could escape.